Alright, so it only took about a whole day for the Metropolitan Transportation Authority here in New York State to finally name a new president on the Long Island Railroad. And you're looking at his photo on the screen right now. This gentleman's name is Philip Eng. So in this video, I am going to read the official press release from the MTA's website, along with an editorial I made regarding the announcement from the MTA that was officially made earlier this afternoon. This is the official press release that was on the MTA's website earlier today. I'm going to read it for you regarding the MTA appointing Philip Eng as the new president of the Long Island Railroad. This press release from April 12, 2018, today's date. The MTA, New York State Metropolitan Transportation Authority, or as I like to call it, NYSMTA, Chairman Joe Lota and Managing Director Veronique Rani Hakim today announced the appointment of Philip Eng as the next president of the Long Island Railroad. Mr. Eng first joined the MTA in March 2017 when he was appointed Chief Operating Officer, when he was responsible for meeting major initiatives across all of the MTA's agencies with a focus on innovation and technology, while maintaining and improving safety and reliability. Modernization of the transportation systems became a key focal point during his time as COO to improve customer service with the development of a new fare payment system, mobile ticketing acts, technology integration, and procurement of new rolling stock and buses. So if you want to thank somebody else for sort of putting the RTS 06 out of service, you can thank him for that. And that's why you are seeing the RFSs on the routes more often in the city. Finding efficiencies and opportunities to streamline functions, Mr. Eng also was an integral part in the delivery of the MTA's 2015-2019 $29.5 billion capital project. Now, this is something I remembered very well. He was, of course, the acting president for New York City Transit. Honestly, he couldn't really do that much. I was complaining back then about subway problems. Mr. Lota said today, Phil Eng has shown exceptional leadership and dedication during his time with the MTA, and I know he'll bring his enthusiasm for developing a world-class transportation system to the Long Island Railroad. With 35 years of experience in the New York transportation sector, I couldn't imagine anyone better suited for this position at this crucial time as we work toward creating a robust future for the commuter rail system. Phil is a true professional in the field of transportation who has impressed all of us at the MTA since he came aboard, said MTA Managing Director Hakim. He had the ability to quickly access any challenging situation and find a workable solution. We are looking forward to working with him in his new role. Mr. Eng will be the successor to the failing president Patrick Nowakowski, who served as Long Island Railroad president from 2014 to, of course, his resignation announced on April 11th. Eng's announcements comes at an exciting and important time for the Long Island Railroad, and more importantly, a failing time as well, considering the railroad experienced its worst on-time performance in 25 years. As billions of dollars in key infrastructure programs are currently underway and expected to be delivered over the next several years. The double track project, which will add a second track to the Ronkonkoma branch between Ronkonkoma and Farmingdale, is slated for completion later this year. Now, thank goodness they're doing that part of the main line, because you do need a third track between Farmingdale and Ronkonkoma. So the good news is, hopefully later this year, the third track project will be done. Work has also begun, you can thank Andrew Cuomo for this, on the Long Island Railroad expansion project, which will bring a third track to the main line between Floral Park and Hicksville. Our crews continue to make progress on the East Side Access project. Ng will oversee the implementation of the Performance Improvement Plan unveiled last month, which is aimed at improving service reliability, seasonal preparedness, and customer communications. So, hopefully, I am expecting expectations. I think a big expectations for Philip Ng is that he has to prepare for if we get another storm like Sandy, because last year was a very active hurricane season, and I know John, being a meteorologist expert, he would agree with me that the first couple months priority, besides the main line, which I'll get into later on in this video, should be to have a plan ready in case we get the big one. The big one meaning bigger than Sandy. So I'm hoping that's one of the main priorities he will focus on. My life's work has centered on consensus. I can't even read this word. I apologize, everyone. You know me. I hate big words. You know when I talk to Frank Tadero about it all the time. The best possible options to make transportation options more reliable, allowing commuters to get to where they need to go safely and quickly. I am honored to be chosen to lead the Long Island Railroad and its team of talented women and men as we work together to make the daily experience on the trains a better one. The transformational infrastructure projects that are underway along the implementation of the Performance Improvement Plan will make a lasting impact on the region's quality of life and economy, Mr. Ng said today at a press conference. So basically, what he's trying to say here is that he's trying to improve the overall experience, not just the main line. So I sort of have a priority for that, which again, I will talk about this. And it just go into his resume, and I don't want to read into it now, but this is the most important thing. We actually have a voice that's going to speak up for the main line. And it's very important that he lives in Smithtown along the Port Jefferson branch. So hopefully there'll be more attention paid to the main lines. Oyster Bay, Huntington, Port Jeff, and of course, Ronkonkoma. He has lived along the main line, East Williston, Mineola, and now in Smithtown. So, very good. Very good that they hired someone who was going to hopefully pay attention to the main line. So, to wrap it up, I'm just going to give some final thoughts. The Babylon branch in the short run should not be a priority after the neglect of the main line. I covered this in black to make a point, was that it should not be a priority in the short run, alright? Philip Ng, he's going to be there for you along the main line. And I wanted to make this point regarding the main line, is that if there's ever a problem with services suspended along the main line, Mr. Ng, you have to do what Nowakowski didn't do and send the buses out to the stations that are not being served if there's ever a suspension. If. I'm not going to go into specific situations because then we can get some controversial comments. But that's another thing I wanted to recommend as well. But as you can see here, sorry snobs, you don't deserve any more preferential treatment on the Babylon branch. You know, stop whining and complaining whenever there is planned service changes. So you see here, this is what the priorities should be. I have it in blue. This is where it should be. This is where it should be. Right here. Right from here. Another priority that Mr. Ang should look into is, of course, healing the Atlantic line. Something Nowakowski has also damaged during his time as Long Island Railroad president. Now, we all could possibly know the reason why Patrick Nowakowski resigned. And I'll say it, and if I haven't said it, I'll say it again. It's because he knew he was violating Title VI laws. So did Joe Loda, and considering a lot of transit advocates like me, Matt Camper, Prodigy, and Pine Power have talked about him leaving his position. And that's why, hopefully, I think better days are coming for the main line. And if they are, hopefully there will be, issues that can be sometimes out of the MTA's control. I get that. But hopefully there'll be better communication. It's another thing I'm hoping Philip Ng will do during his time as president of the Long Island Railroad. And keeping in mind, Metro North, last month, they got a new president. So things are changing within the MTA. You also had Andy Byford come in. And I'm, again, still skeptical of the bus action plan, which, again, that's another video for another day. But better days are coming. I really think they are. And hopefully, if there are not that many problems, I can continue to make videos regarding my top priority. And that is, of course, figuring out how to fix the corruption going on with the Queens Village Bus Depot. Because there is a lot of discrimination with the Q88 lately that I need to cover, and it needs to be addressed. So, Q88 riders, you're going to be my main priority. I promise. Now that this Long Island Railroad issue is fixed, even my parents just recently agreed that I should be fighting that battle because, with me only taking subway once a week, that should be my main priority because they know I at least take it twice a week. So I'm going to keep fighting that battle. And hopefully when the weather gets warmer, I'll just time myself sometimes if it doesn't come up on bus time just to prove a point that, possibility that the bus might not even show up. So, yeah. That's it. Mr. Ang, you have a lot of work to do. I will make that final point. Good luck with what you're going to do. Hopefully you'll have a positive agenda for the main line. And until next time, everyone, especially mainline riders, I hope you're smiling right now. Take care.